Welcome to another deep dive into the mysteries of the human mind. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the labyrinth of Carl Jung's exploration of the myth we all live by. Jung, a towering figure in psychology, dared to ask the question, what is the myth you are living? This question is not just a philosophical musing. It's a profound inquiry that has the potential to reshape how we understand ourselves and the world around us. Imagine for a moment that your life is a story, a narrative woven from the threads of countless myths that have been told throughout human history. Myths, as Jung suggests, are not just ancient tales told by our ancestors around campfires. They are the living, breathing undercurrents of our psyche. They shape our dreams, our fears, and our aspirations. But how often do we stop to consider which myth is guiding our actions, our decisions, and our very sense of self? Jung's quest was to understand the unconscious as an objective and collective psyche, a departure from the more personalistic views of his contemporaries like Freud and Adler. He believed that the psyche was not just a product of personal experiences, but was deeply rooted in a collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experience and knowledge. This idea of a collective unconscious is both fascinating and a bit unsettling. It suggests that beneath our individual consciousness lies a vast, interconnected web of archetypes and symbols that have been passed down through generations. But let's pause for a moment. What exactly is a myth? A church father once said that myth is what is believed always, everywhere, by everybody. It's a universal truth, a narrative that transcends time and culture. And yet, in our modern world, many of us live as if we are outside of these myths, disconnected from the stories that have shaped humanity. Jung warns that living without a myth is like being uprooted, having no true link to the past or to the ancestral life that continues within us. This raises a critical question. Can we truly live without myth? Jung would argue that we cannot. He believed that myths are essential to our psychological health, and that ignoring them can lead to a life of subjective mania, where we are lost in the haze of our own speculations. It's a bit like trying to navigate a dense forest without a map or compass. You might stumble upon a beautiful clearing or a hidden waterfall, but you're just as likely to get hopelessly lost. Jung's exploration of myth was not just an academic exercise, it was a personal journey. He realized that he was not living with a myth, or even in a myth, but rather in an uncertain cloud of theoretical possibilities. This realization was both humbling and liberating. It set him on a path to discover his own myth, to understand the unconscious forces that were shaping his life. This journey led Jung to investigate the subjective contents of the unconscious, to explore the manifestations of the psyche that often go unnoticed. He discovered that creative fantasy draws upon the forgotten and long-buried primitive mind, a treasure trove of images found in the mythologies of all ages and peoples. These images form what Jung called the collective unconscious, a heritage that is potentially present in every individual. It's a bit like discovering a hidden library within your own mind, filled with ancient texts and forgotten stories. Each book, each story, holds a piece of the puzzle that is you. And as you read these stories, you begin to see the connections, the patterns that have been guiding your life all along. But why does this matter? Why should we care about the myths we live by? Because, as Jung suggests, these myths are not just stories. They are the psychic correlates of the differentiation of the human brain. They are the blueprints of our psyche, the frameworks that shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Consider the hero myth, a narrative that appears in countless cultures and time periods. The hero's journey is an unconscious drama seen only in projection, like the happenings in Plato's parable of the cave. The hero himself is an archetype of the self, a being of more than human stature, distinguished by godlike characteristics. This mythologem, as Jung calls it, is a powerful reminder that the self is numinous, a sort of god, or having some share in the divine nature. But here's the twist. The hero's journey is not just a story of external adventure. It's a metaphor for the inner transformation of the self. It's about confronting the shadows within, the parts of ourselves that we often deny or ignore. It's about integrating these shadows, transforming them into sources of strength and wisdom. This process of transformation is not easy. It requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront the unknown. But the rewards are profound. By understanding the myths we live by, we gain insight into our true selves. We become more connected to our past, more attuned to the present, and more hopeful for the future. Jung's exploration of myth is a testament to the power of the human psyche. It reminds us that we are not isolated beings, adrift in a meaningless universe. We are part of a larger story, a narrative that has been unfolding for millennia. And by understanding this story, we can find our place within it. So, I leave you with this question. What is the myth you are living? Take a moment to reflect on this. Consider the stories that have shaped your life, the narratives that have guided your decisions and beliefs. And remember, as Jung discovered, understanding your myth is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unlock the mysteries of the mind and the soul. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Jung's quest for the myth we all live by. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of psychology and philosophy. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering the myths that shape your life. As we continue to unravel the intricate tapestry of myths and the human psyche, it's essential to delve deeper into the nature of these archetypes that Jung so passionately explored. Archetypes, as you might recall, are the fundamental, universal symbols and themes that reside in the collective unconscious. They are the building blocks of our myths, the primal images and motifs that shape our inner and outer worlds. Consider the archetype of the wise old man or woman, a figure that appears across cultures and epochs as a source of guidance and wisdom. This archetype embodies the accumulated knowledge of our ancestors, a repository of experience and insight that we can access when we face life's challenges. In times of uncertainty or transition, we might find ourselves drawn to figures in our lives who embody this archetype, seeking their counsel and support. But what is truly fascinating about archetypes is their dynamic nature. They are not static entities lodged in the depths of our unconscious. They are living, evolving elements of our psyche. As we grow and change, the archetypes manifest in different forms, adapting to the context of our lives. The hero, the shadow, the anima and animus, the mother and the child. Each of these archetypal figures has the potential to guide us, challenge us, and ultimately transform us. Let's take a moment to explore the shadow, perhaps one of the most misunderstood yet significant archetypes. The shadow represents the parts of ourselves that we reject or deny, the aspects we deem undesirable or incompatible with our conscious self-image. It is the repository of our repressed emotions and instincts, often lurking in the periphery of our awareness. Jung believed that confronting the shadow is a crucial step in the process of individuation, the journey toward becoming whole. By acknowledging and integrating these shadowy elements, we unlock hidden potentials and unleash creative energies that have been stifled by repression. It's a delicate dance between light and darkness, a reconciliation of opposites that leads to a more balanced and authentic self. Consider how myths and stories often portray this confrontation with the shadow. Think of the epic battles between heroes and their darker counterparts, the inner demons that must be vanquished or reconciled. These narratives serve as powerful metaphors for our own struggles with the shadow, illustrating the transformative potential of facing our fears and embracing the parts of ourselves we have long shunned. And yet, as Jung reminds us, the journey of individuation is deeply personal. It is not a quest for perfection, but rather an endeavor to accept and integrate all aspects of the self. It is a journey of self-compassion, where we learn to embrace our imperfections and acknowledge our humanity. In doing so, we become more attuned to the interconnectedness of all things, recognizing the threads that bind us to each other and to the world. As we navigate the labyrinth of myths and archetypes, we are reminded that the stories we tell are not mere flights of fancy. They are reflections of our innermost truths. They provide us with maps to explore the uncharted territories of our psyche, offering guidance and solace as we venture into the unknown. So, as we conclude this exploration, I invite you to continue your own journey of self-discovery. Reflect on the archetypes that resonate with you, the myths that speak to your soul. Engage with them, question them, and allow them to illuminate the path before you. And remember, as Jung so eloquently taught us, the quest for understanding is never truly complete. It is a lifelong adventure, a dance between the known and the unknown, the conscious and the unconscious. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the mysteries of the human mind. If you found this exploration enriching, please share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. And as always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering the myths and archetypes that shape your life. Until we meet again on another voyage into the depths of psychology and philosophy, take care and keep the light of curiosity burning bright.